Hello and welcome to Madonna Moves Pilates. We're going to do about a 45-50 minute Pilates class with the band today. So let's quickly go through our breathing. So on the inhale, through your nose, I want you to think about zipping up through this pelvic floor as if you're stopping yourself going to the toilet. And on the exhale, I want you to squeeze ribs to hips. So really think about squeezing the bottom of the ribs to the top of the hips. Shh. Inhale, zip up through the pelvic floor. Exhale, squeeze ribs to hips. Shh. Inhale, zip up. Exhale, shh. Ribs to hips. Okay, let's get started. Band out in front. I want you to inhale through the center, and on the exhale, pivot on that back foot. Shh. Do a nice little spinal twist. Inhale through the center. Exhale. Shh. Inhale through the center. Shh. Use that breath to remind you. So be nice and loud with those inhale and exhales to remind you to switch on those abdominals. So inhale, zip up through that pelvic floor. Exhale, shh, ribs to hips. Shh. Shh. Think nice and tall through the spine. Shh. Shoulders down and back. Shh. So always thinking about your posture. We're going to come around to the front. We're going to lift the band up and over our head, and then stretch out across the chest and the shoulders. And then back over. Inhale, zip up. Exhale, shh, as you come down halfway. Don't lock those knees. Inhale. Exhale, shh. Inhale, just halfway down. Scooping out that belly, protect that lower back. Shh. Shh. I'll just turn on the side, just halfway, scoop out that belly. Shh. One more over the back and one more over the front. Shh. Lifting up. Okay, now we're going to step on the band, either end of the band. We're going to do a little deadlift. So, shoulders down and back, nice and tall through the spine. Inhale, zip up. Exhale, we're just going to lean forward, not locking the knees, and coming up, squeezing the glutes. Scoop out that belly. Shh. Thinking long through the spine, shoulders are down and back. Inhale, zip up through that pelvic floor. Exhale, ribs to hips. Inhale. Don't lock those knees even when you come up. Just squeeze those glutes. Shh. Keep going, so just turn around. So lifting up, squeezing those glutes. Inhale down. Exhale, shoulders down and back. Inhale. Exhale. Squeezing between your shoulder blades as well. Now we're going to stay down here and just row. So bring that band towards your belly button. Don't lock your knees. Shh. Shh. Squeeze between those shoulder blades. Shh. 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 For 4, 3, going to do upright row. So coming up and bringing that up towards about chest height. Shh. Still keeping those shoulders down and back. Don't lift them up around the shoulders. Down and back, squeezing between the shoulder blades. Nice and tall through the spine. Inhale. Exhale, ribs to hips. Shh. Use that breath to activate those abdominals. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Fantastic. Okay, we're going to come over to the side here. Let's put our band underneath the right foot. We're going to come back into our lunge. Thinking posture, shoulders down and back. Whoops. Shoulders down and back. 90 degrees, 90 degrees. Make sure your knees are tracking the middle of those toes. Not over the toes. 90 degrees with your legs. Shoulders tall. We're going to do some shoulder work here. So we're down in our lunge. As we lift up, we're going to bring the band up to the front. Shh. And then we're going to go to the side. Shh. Only up to shoulder height. We're squeezing those shoulders. We're squeezing our glutes. We're squeezing our quads and working our abdominals. Shh. 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 Think long through the spine. Shh. 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 One more to the front. One more to the side. Okay, we're going to lean forward now, transfer that weight onto the front leg. Now we're going to bring our elbow, let me just turn it around, up. So we're working our tricep. We're going to keep this elbow up. Often see people coming and lift and bring that elbow back. Hold that elbow up. As we lift this back knee, just set your eye gaze just in front of the mat here, lifting up that back leg, lowering down. Shh. Shh. So we're working on our balance. Shh. Our shoulders are down and back. Shh. We're working on our abdominals, the tricep, squeezing our glute. Don't lock that standing knee. Shh. Try not and bring that leg down at the back. So just lightly touch to work on our balance. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're coming forward. Now we're going to work on our bicep. Lock this elbow into our waist. Lift up. That front leg as well. Nice and tall. Think posture. Don't lock that standing leg. Squeeze your bicep. Ribs to hips. Shh. Use that breath. Shh. 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 For 4, 3, 2, keep going, and 1. Now we're going to open up our hip, open up our hand. So keep the elbow locked towards the side, opening up our hip. Shh. 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 For 4, 3, 2, keep your balance, and 1. Okay, shake that out. Let's go to the other side. So we're going to put that band under the right leg, the right foot. Set yourself up into your lunge, 90 degrees, have those knees tracking in the middle of our toes. We're going to work our shoulders, abdominals, glutes, quads. Inhale, zip up. Exhale, lift up to the front and down, to the side and down. Think about your posture. posture. And down. Shh. 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 Inhale, zip up. Exhale, ribs to hips. Squeezing our shoulders. Shh. 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 One more to the front. One more to the side. Leaning forward. Keep that elbow up. Lifting up this back leg. Squeezing the triceps. Inhale, zip up. Exhale, lift up. Shh. Keep that elbow nice and high. Isolating that tricep. Can really feel that working. Shh. Squeezing that glute. Shh. Don't lock this standing leg. Shh. 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 For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming forward now, lifting up this leg. Now locking that knee into your waist for your bicep. Lifting up. Shh. Shh. Ribs to hips. How's your posture? Shoulders down and back. Chin slightly tucked in. Shh. 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 For 4, 3, 2, hold it up and let's open up. Nice little hip opener. Shh. 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 For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great work. Shake that out. Woo, okay. Let's come down. We're going to do a little plank series now. So let's stand at the end of the mat. A couple of nice little roll downs to begin. Zip up through that pelvic floor. How's your posture? Shh, ribs to hips, chin to chest. And let's slowly roll down. Scoop out that belly. Protect that lower back. Don't lock those knees. Let your head hang heavy. Nod your head a few times. And a few nods and yeses with your head. Let's squish our hands around our feet. Still scooping out that belly. And let's inhale, zip up. Exhale, ribs to hips, and slowly work your way up again. Let's roll these shoulders. 1, 2, and 3. Back the other way. 1, 2, and 3. Inhale, zip up. Exhale, ribs to hips. Shh. Chin to chest. Let's slowly roll back down again. We're going to walk our way out into our plank. First off, just actually into down dog and just pedal out these feet. Let's stretch out these calves and Achilles. Scoop out that belly. So I really want you to push your belly button up against the spine. Support that spine in your plank. So we're going to come out, making sure our wrists are under our shoulders, nice straight back. I don't want any rounding or arching at the back. Scoop out that belly. So you can come down on your knees, just as effective, as long as you're scooping out the belly, lifting up out of your shoulders. So that's level 1. Level 2 is on your toes. Now we're going to do a little tick-tock. We're going to just twist our hips to one side and then to the other. Scooping out that belly that whole time, controlling that core. Now if you're on your knees, you can just do similar thing. Just twist, really twisting out that waist. Shh. Keep thinking ribs to hips. Shh. So you're not arching your back. So Lifting up either one, just twisting those hips, really working that waist. Shh. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's place one hand in the middle of the mat and let's turn onto our side. Making sure that wrist is underneath the shoulder, lifting up out of the waist. So whether you're on your toes or your knee, if you're on your knee now, we're going to thread the needle, twisting again at the waist and lifting up. If you're on your feet, once again, you're just going to drop those hips, lift them up and down. Shh, ribs to hips. Keep that strong core. Shh. Shh. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back over. Let's do our plank. We're just going to do our little tick-tocks. Make sure those wrists are underneath those shoulders, and let's twist from side to side. Shh. Keep breathing to remind yourself to work those abdominals. Shh. 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 For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Put your other hand now in the middle of the mat and let's lift up. So if you're on your knee, you're going to do a little thread the needle, lift up nice and tall. If you're on your toes, you're just going to drop your hips and lift. Shh. 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 For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming back to the center. Let's hold it here for 10 seconds. Nice and tall through the spine, lifting up out of the shoulders, scooping out that belly for 5, 4, 3, 2, knees down, as wide as a mat, and let's come into a nice child's pose. Let's circle out those wrists on the mat, one way and then the other. Let's lift up into 4-point kneeling here. So wrists under shoulders, knees under hips, and let's do a couple nice little cat and cows. So let's tilt that pelvis, round out the spine, and then lower the head, scooping out that belly the whole time. Then we're going to tilt the pelvis and arch the spine and lift the head up. And let's go back the other way with the head the last thing that comes down, and then the last thing that comes up. Arching that back and lifting up. And then tilt that pelvis and round out that back. One more each side. Up and down. And then coming back to neutral spine. Let's do a thread the needle stretch. So let's lift our right arm, follow our arm up towards the ceiling, twisting around, and then dive that underneath. Shh. Still scooping out that belly, lift it up towards the ceiling, and then dive it down underneath. Lifting up and diving down. Hold that hand on the mat and try and pull away your shoulder from that hand. And if you want, you can lift the left hand around the back and just tuck it in between your thigh and your hip. Still scooping out the belly, a lovely stretch across the shoulders. Now bring that left hand up and just pop it down on the mat. Support your head as you lift up. And let's go the other way. So left hand up towards the ceiling and then dive it down underneath. and then lift, and then dive. Still scooping out that belly, lift, and then dive. Stay down here and just hold that hand here and pull your shoulder away. Then you can lift this hand and tuck it behind you. Bring this hand back, support your head as you lift yourself up. And we're going to grab our band now, hop onto our backs. So first let's roll down with our band. So nice and tall, always thinking posture. Scoop out that belly and just slowly roll down onto our backs, using our abdominals to lower ourselves down. Okay, we're going to leave the right foot in the band. I'm just going to maneuver myself down here. We're going to do like a little leg press. So you can keep your head down, shoulders down and back on the mat, chin slightly tucked in. So we're going to inhale, zip up through that pelvic floor, exhale, ribs to hips as we push away. So it's just like a little leg press machine. Shh. Use that breath to remind you. Inhale, zip up, exhale, ribs to hips. Shh. Shh. So really control that band out and control it back in. Shh. Shh. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Leave it out there, and I want you to open the band nice and wide so you can bring the left foot up. And then bring the other leg back and stretch out the left leg. Now you can bring your head up, shh, and lower, shh, and lower, or you can leave your head up as you bring the legs in and out. Push your belly button into the spine. Your spine now is imprinted into the mat. So your spine is sandwiched between your deep abdominals and the mat. Shh. Make sure you're lifting your head up nice and high. Shh. You hold it back here and you're sort of straining that neck. That head is worth 5 kilos. So let's make sure that head is over your body. Next time you come back up, I want you to point that left toe up towards the ceiling and back. Don't forget, you can bring your head back at any time. Shh. Keep breathing. Squeezing ribs to hips. Shh. For 4, 3, 2. This time we're going to hold it up here towards the ceiling. We're bringing the right band back towards us as we turn towards the left leg. So we're twisting, using our oblique muscles here. Shh. Keep breathing. Shh. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring that down, lead that foot into the band. Let's do some nice little leg circles here. So right leg in the band still. Let's turn our knee towards the outside. So we're working a little bit inner thigh here. Bending the left leg. Now use your abdominals to control both legs. I want this left leg, knee pointing up towards the ceiling. So inhale as we go down. Exhale out and around. So only make those circles as big as they can without your hips rocking. So you're just hinging from that hip joint. Inhale down, exhale out and around. Shh. 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 Think
back your posture on the mat, shoulders down and back, chin slightly tucked in. Shh. Shh. You've got a little neutral spine in your lower back, so a little gap there. Shh. Shh. Let's reverse. So inhale out and around, exhale as we make our way back up. Inhale, exhale. Feel that abdominal connection with your leg movement. Shh. Really feel it. Shh. Ribs to hips. Shh. 2 more. That's 1. And that's 2. Let's keep that band into that same foot. We're going to come up into our little one-legged bridge. So keep this knee pointing straight up towards the ceiling. Bring that heel a little bit closer to the bottom, and I want you to push through the heel as you lift up. Just slowly lift up, making sure your hips are nice and high, that your hips are certainly parallel towards the ceiling, so don't let one hip drop. Just push through the heel and really squeeze this butt, and you're heavy. We're going to bring the leg down to about knee height and lift it back up. Shh. Shh. Don't let those hips rock. Squeeze that glute. Shh. Keep those hips perfectly still. For 3. 2, push through the heel, squeeze the glute, and now we're going to pulse up towards the ceiling. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Push through the heel. Keep those hips nice and still. Lift them. Shh, 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 shh. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it up. Hold it. Really squeeze that glute. Slowly roll back down. While we're here, let's do a nice little hamstring stretch. So straighten that leg as much as you can, feeling that nice little stretch, the back of the legs. With each breath, try and bring it a little bit closer. Still, abdominals are activated. Straighten out the left leg, put the band into the right hand and let that leg fall out to the side. Keep your shoulders on the mat. Just a nice little groin stretch. Nice deep breaths. Bringing up towards the ceiling, put the band into the left hand and bring that across the body for that IT band stretch. Shoulders on the mat. Okay, coming back up, and let's go to the other side. So put the left foot into the band. Bring the right leg down, bend it. Now we're going to go into our leg press with the left leg. Shoulders down and back. Inhale, zip up. Exhale, push away. Shh. Control it back in. Shh. 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 So you can control the resistance by the amount of band that you use. So obviously as you come further down, it's much easier. You bring it closer to the foot and it's much harder. Shh. Use your abdominals, feel that connection between moving that leg and your abdominals for 3, 2, hold it out there. Open up the band and bring the right leg up. And then bring it away. Shh. You can lower back down in between. Shh. And down. Shh. hold your head up. When your legs are not supported, you have an imprinted spine. So push that spine into the mat, your belly button into your spine. Shh. Shh. For 4, 3, 2. This time we're going to, as we bring it in, we're going to point it up towards the ceiling and return. Shh. Use that breath. Shh. 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 For 4, 3, 2. We're going to hold it up here. This time we're going to pull on the left band as we twist towards the right leg. Shh. 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 For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring that leg down. Leave that leg in the band for our lovely little leg circles. So keep your posture on the mat, shoulders down and back, chin slightly tucked in. Let's just turn that knee out so we're using a little bit more inner thigh here. So inhale down, exhale out and around. Try and keep this knee nice and still. Use your abdominals to control these legs. Shh. Use that breath. Shh. We have one leg supported here, so we have a nice neutral spine. So just a little gap. Shh. Your lower back. Shh. Shh. Let's reverse that. Inhale around, exhale as we come back through the center. The furniture. Shh. 3. Shh. 2. Shh. And 1. We're going to leave it in here for our leg bridges. So bring that foot a little bit closer to your bottom. So we're going to squeeze through these glutes by pushing through that heel. So let's lift up. Let's make sure our hips are parallel to the ceiling. Don't let one drop. Push through that heel. Let's bring our leg down towards the knee, back up. Shh. So inhale down, exhale, bring it up and really feel, particularly in that lower section of the abdominals as you lift that leg. Shh. Push through that heel, squeeze that glute. Keep your posture on the mat. Shh. For 3, 2, and 1. Hold it up here and let's pulse, pulse, pulse. Squeeze that glute. Squeeze your abdominals. Shh, 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 shh. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it, hold it. Push through that heel. Squeeze that glute. Oh yeah. And let's roll back down. So while we're here, let's do a nice little hamstring stretch. So pull that foot in with each breath a little bit closer to your face. Shoulders down and back, chin slightly tucked in. Nice deep breaths into this stretch. Let's lengthen out the right leg. Bend into the left hand and let that fall out to the side. Keep your shoulders on the mat for your groin stretch. to the middle, bend into the right hand. Let's let that fall out across the body for that IT band stretch, that stretch on the outside of that leg. Keep the shoulders on the mat. Nice deep breaths. Coming back up. Let's put both feet into the band and let's bring ourselves up. Really squeeze ribs to hips as we slowly make our way up and balancing there on our sit bones. We're going to come back into a row, so really squeeze between the shoulder blades, elbows out wide. Inhale, zip up, exhale. Shh. 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 If you're feeling any discomfort in the back, just lower the legs. Just means you need to strengthen that abdominals a little bit more. Otherwise, you can come back that little bit further. Push the belly button into the spine. Shh. Squeeze between the shoulder blades. Working those upper postural muscles in the back. Shh. 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 For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly lower those legs down and let's stretch over those legs. Still scooping out our belly. Nice deep breaths. Let's come back now. Once again, you can leave your feet on the ground or you can lift these legs up using those abdominals, and we're just going to use one hand to bring it back. So you're really using your oblique muscles here. Shh. Twisting at that waist. Shh. Shh. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's go over to the other side. Shh. Use that breath to work those abdominals. Shh. Twist. Push the belly button in for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower those legs down and let's stretch over those legs. Okay, let's come into reverse plank now. So let's put our fingers towards our bottom. Bend those legs about hip distance apart and just lift up those hips. That should feel good. And lower back down. Push through those heels, squeeze those glutes. Shh. Lower back down. Shh. Lower back down. Shh. And one more. Shh. Lower back down. Turn towards the front. So one knee is bent one way, the other knee's back into our little mermaid stretch. Posture. Same arm as the front leg comes up and over towards the back leg. Abdominals activated. Lower that back down, slide that along the mat and lift the arm up the other way. Coming back, let's go the other way again. Scooping at the belly, using your breath. Let's put that hand behind us now and lift up our hips and stretch back. Lower back down. Let's come back into our reverse plank again. Fingers towards our bottom. And lift up those hips. Squeeze through those heels. Shh. Shh. 2 more times. Shh. Shh. And let's turn towards the other way. So the other foot is in front and the other leg behind for our mermaid stretch. Same arm as the front leg comes up and over. Slide that hand along the mat and let's go over the other way. Back over. Let's put that hand behind us and lift our hips. Lovely, stretch back. Coming back down, let's hop roll onto our knees here. Then come back into our down dog. Stretching back, pushing through the heels of our hand. Trying to put our heels down on our feet. Coming back, push your chest through your hands and lift back up. And then back into our down dog. And then push that chest through our hands and lift up. And back. Let's walk our feet towards our hands. Keep your head down, your arms down. Scoop out that belly. Nod your head a few times. Don't lock these knees. A few times yes and no. Swish your hands around your legs. Inhale, zip up. Exhale, slowly roll back up. Scoop that belly. Rolling up. Let's take a couple of nice little deep breaths in and out. And in and out. And in and out. And a few little twists around. And you're all done. I hope you enjoyed that. See you again soon.